Qin Feng appeared very surprised when he read the system notification stating that the chat rooms of the two beginner villages had been successfully merged. Now, the inhabitants of both villages could enter chat channels on each side but were not authorized to speak. With resources halved, the leveling speed would soon decrease, and most people wouldn't be able to pass the test. Participants from both villages realized that the challenging village was up to something wicked and shameless. Nevertheless, a player from the opposing village asked who was the fastest to level up in village 911. Someone answered that the strongest in village 911 was Mr. Lu Xian. So, the challenging village requested Mr. Lu Xian to bet against Mr. Lu Xuan to reach the specified level, thus ensuring their victory. The vampire figure on the opposing side claimed his name to be the noble Baron Edward. As a high-ranking noble vampire, he had reached level 4. With arrogance, this figure stated he would surely bring victory to their village. Instantly, the village residents cheered upon hearing the Baron's words. They understood that the Baron chose the nighttime to activate this bet because it favored him greatly. Baron Edward chuckled with satisfaction, realizing his followers were very clever. Vampire race was the strongest at night, he could even solo a level 4 ferocious beast. Qin Feng appeared shocked to hear that the blood-sucking monster had been living in the Blue Star area all along. He believed that all the inhabitants of village 911 were people from the dragon country of Blue Star. It seemed the gods intentionally placed people from the same country in the same beginner village. Qin Feng wondered why the gods did this and what their purpose was. A system notification appeared, stating that the bet could now commence. It also informed about the level 1 to 10 reminder map of all ferocious beast territories being opened as bet rewards. Qin Feng suspected initially it was just a fight between beginner villages and others. Little did he know it would escalate into a battle between nations and even continents. Watching the flames flicker in his hands, this youth said regardless of what would happen, the most important thing now was the resource bet between the two beginner villages. Especially since Baron Edward could kill a level 4 ferocious beast alone. Qin Feng's leveling progress was indeed faster than Lu Xian's but slower than Baron Edward's. This young man realized that if he wanted to reach level 5 the fastest, he had to head to areas with high-level ferocious beasts and hunt them. So, this young man ran as fast as he could with his abilities. He thought himself fortunate to have enhanced vision, allowing him to see things in the dark as if it were daylight. Improved smell enabled him to detect ferocious beast tracks in the dark and easily evade them. When the resource bet began, the god provided an additional map of ferocious beast areas. Qin Feng aimed to reach the accurate areas where powerful ferocious beasts resided. Finally, Qin Feng arrived at the level 4 ferocious beast area, where many cat-like monsters roamed. Swiftly, this youth slaughtered the cat monsters. But suddenly, a half-human monster appeared and startled him. Luckily, Qin Feng had quick reflexes, guessing the monster without a scratch. The system appeared and announced that Qin Feng had successfully killed the golden-eyed beast man ferocious beast. Approaching the monster's corpse, Qin Feng shook it gently. This youth said he was initially shocked because the monster suddenly leaped out and frightened him. The monster's speed was excessive, so Qin Feng's sense of smell missed it, allowing the monster to sneak up and attack him. Luckily, it was only a level 5 ferocious beast. Qin Feng felt lucky. Then, this young man quickly extracted the monster's body, gaining 2 strength attributes. Qin Feng held the monster's large hand and said it was the first time he had seen a half-human ferocious beast. He wondered if, after reaching level 5 or higher, ferocious beasts no longer remained purely in animal form and gradually transformed into human forms. While pondering, this young man suddenly felt an aura and smelled a very familiar scent. He looked around and asked if there could be spiritual grass and spiritual fruit nearby. Qin Feng walked into the forest area, realizing ahead was the level 6 ferocious beast area. So, it surely had many high-level spiritual fruits. This young man became even more curious if he would encounter ferocious beasts more human-like. But if it was a corpse-like ferocious beast, the situation would be more troublesome. Qin Feng tried to think positively that there was nothing ahead, so he would go to find the spiritual fruits. Even though he knew places with spiritual fruits would have ferocious beasts. So, he planned to first kill the guarding animals, then take the spiritual fruits, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. True enough, after a few steps, this youth saw spiritual plants guarded by a terrifying monster resembling a bear. With true eyes, Qin Feng saw the dragon blood fruit spiritual plant. It was a rank 2 spiritual plant. It was not poisonous and consuming it could enhance agility and physique. The second effect was that after consuming this plant, one could gain some genuine dragon blood. However, the ferocious beast guarding this plant was a level 6 bear king, very cruel and bloodthirsty. Qin Feng knew that king-ranked ferocious beasts had a 60% decrease in level. If the system hadn't informed him, this would have been a tough battle. Especially since this ferocious beast was one of the top-ranked monsters. Qin Feng tried to leap from the top of a tree and attack the monster from behind, but the monster managed to turn its body in time and threw this youth's body several meters away. Qin Feng realized his carelessness and cursed inwardly. He just realized that his opponent, who was large-bodied, was very fast, so he couldn't dodge his attacks at all. The monster asked Qin Feng not to disturb it because it didn't have time to waste playing with Qin Feng. The three-headed bear urged Qin Feng to leave now to save his life. Qin Feng thought the simultaneous speech of the three-headed bear monster was terrifying and repulsive. He repeated the monster's words to urge him to leave the place to save their lives instead. Feeling mocked by a level 4 human made the bear monster furious, and it wanted to tear Qin Feng's body apart. Without much talk, the bear monster immediately attacked Qin Feng. Fortunately, the young man managed to evade and leap just in time. From an extraordinary height, the young man leaped and struck one of the bear monster's heads. As soon as one of the bear monster's heads was severed, the bear monster screamed hysterically because its third sibling died. The bear monster continued to curse at Qin Feng and vowed to kill him. Meanwhile, Qin Feng appeared very exhausted because he realized his opponent's neck was tougher than he thought. The relentless attack he just launched only managed to cut off one of the bear monster's heads. Suddenly, the bear monster used the berserk skill, making it go berserk for 10 minutes. Qin Feng realized the bear monster was using Dragon Roar. Although its level was very low, the young man suspected the bear monster obtained it after being around dragon blood for a long time. The bear monster said Qin Feng had made it angry, so now he would surely die at the hands of the bear monster. But Qin Feng leaped high, and from that extraordinary height, the young man directed a strong attack again. Qin Feng knew that in the berserk state, the ferocious beast Bear King became even stronger, so he might not be able to cut its neck. Indeed, although the young man's attack was strong enough, he failed to cut off the monster's head and instead fell victim to the bear monster's attack. Right in front of Qin Feng's face, the bear monster said that humans seemed to have overestimated themselves. No matter what tricks they used, a level 4 human couldn't defeat a monster that had reached level 6. Now, the bear monster would tell Qin Feng the consequences he would face for making it angry. Just before the bear monster could tear Qin Feng apart, the young man drew his fire sword to fend off the bear monster. With several swings of his sword, Qin Feng managed to kill the bear monster, and now the young man could breathe a little easier. Fortunately, the War of the Blood Wolf sword had a fire attribute, but breaking through the bear monster's defense made this battle very difficult. Qin Feng realized that facing a level 6 ferocious beast was harder than facing a mutated one. The young man almost died on the spot. The good thing was he could immediately extract some attributes from the bear monster. But as the young man approached the bear monster, he realized that the system notification indicating he had successfully killed the ferocious beast Bear King had not yet appeared. This meant the bear monster had not been destroyed. Just as the young man thought so, he felt an attack from behind. Fortunately, Qin Feng managed to dodge in time. Finally, the bear's head was burned with Qin Feng's fire sword. Only then did the system appear and announce that Qin Feng had successfully killed the rampaging level 6 bear monster. Since Qin Feng's hunt was successful, he gained 500 points. Because Qin Feng had hunted a level 6 king beast, the young man also earned 2 honor points. Since honor points were accumulated directly, Qin Feng had already collected 6 honor points. Because Qin Feng had successfully killed a king-level monster, he would receive a bronze treasure box. This bronze treasure box contained a 98% chance of obtaining level 2 items and a 2% chance of obtaining level 3 items. As he received his treasure box, Qin Feng realized the creature could still live even though its head had been severed. The young man realized that hunting a rampaging level 6 king bear this time was truly an unexpected experience. But this monster also reminded him of the stronger beasts in this world that would be even more difficult to kill at each higher level. Qin Feng realized he couldn't relax until he became stronger. As the treasure box opened, the young man obtained a level 2 item, a king bear battle armor. A battle robe from the king bear that had 25% defense, 100% fire resistance, and 100% ice resistance. Qin Feng was delighted that his defense increased by 25%, along with the increase in fire and ice resistance attributes, which he considered a very valuable level 2 item. Afterward, Qin Feng immediately extracted the bear monster. The system appeared and informed the young man that blood evolution could awaken blood power, increasing overall speed and defense by 30%. With the talent of blood evolution, the ability to combine the blood of gods and demons could be easily obtained. At this moment, Qin Feng realized why the king bear had been guarding the dragon blood fruit until he didn't want to fight when Qin Feng appeared. Because this ability of his was like a valuable treasure that Qin Feng would surely guard carefully. As the young man glanced at the dragon blood fruit tree, suddenly his chest felt choked, and a golden dragon appeared, saying it would swallow Qin Feng directly, or roast him first, just like humans enjoyed with them. The large golden dragon gripped Qin Feng tightly, intending to crush him like this. In a desperate situation, the young man realized he had only eaten one dragon blood fruit, yet he felt such a hallucination. Qin Feng refused to be controlled by hallucinations, so with all his might, the young man bit the body of the large dragon. The dragon immediately roared in pain and screamed to Qin Feng that it was a real dragon. A real dragon that could teach him the secrets of true dragons. Even teach him Dragon Chi Sword, Dragon Roar, Dragon Aura, and other great techniques. But Qin Feng didn't care whether it was a real dragon or not, he still bit the dragon's body with all his might and was determined to eat it. Only then did this young man realize and become convinced that he had successfully defeated the spirit of the second-level dragon fruit. The system appeared and stated that this young man had successfully consumed the dragon blood fruit. As a result, his blood had been strengthened by 5 points of strength, 5 points of agility, and 5 points of body formation. With this, Qin Feng had awakened a clot of dragon blood power, increased body formation to level 7, and agility by 6. With the help of this dragon fruit power, the player's blood developed into true dragon blood. Qin Feng smiled as he read the notification and realized that the people of the dragon race were descendants of true dragons with a little talent, evolving blood with a little luck. Only with a clot of true dragon blood like this could one be obtained. The young man realized his whole body felt warm after eating the dragon blood fruit, so he wanted to sleep. But he realized he couldn't sleep now, as Qin Feng was almost reaching level 5. He only needed one more beast. As the young man opened the hologram screen and wanted to check on other players' progress first, suddenly there was a large monster lurking behind him. Meanwhile, the chat room was very busy because Boss Lu was almost reaching level 4, bringing them one step closer to victory. While everyone in the chat room was wondering how much progress he could have made by now, the vampire baron was boasting because he was at level 4 and would soon reach level 5 before midday. This vampire ordered his people to wait for his imminent victory. Some of his followers were delighted and immediately praised Baron Edward. They thought this almost nobleman was truly the strongest and most admirable figure. They were sure that the weak people of the dragon race would surely cry and fall to the ground in failure. Until finally, the system appeared and said one of the rookie village residents, number 911, named Qin Feng, had successfully led and reached level 5. Thus, the rookie residents of number 911 won the resource betting round. Quickly, all the residents of Pamulang village number 911 received 20 attribute points for free as a reward for winning the bet. Seeing this, all the residents of village 911 were very happy because Qin Feng had won the bet. Even some residents began to wonder because suddenly a very large mountain appeared before them and many bloodfang rabbit monsters appeared to attack them. Fortunately, because Qin Feng had won the bet, these pressured residents of village 911 managed to gain 29 attribute points, so they could strengthen their weapons and survive against those monsters. At the same time, in village 137, all the members of the rookie village had lost 20 of their attribute points. Their resources were automatically halved because they lost the bet. Instantly, everyone cursed the vampire baron to go to hell. But this noble vampire was still confident he would seek revenge and suck all the blood of the people around him until they met Satan. Because of the anger involved, all the residents of village 137 wanted to kill Baron Edward. Leaving the commotion in village 137, Qin Feng received a notification from the system because he had successfully led and won the bet, entitling him to 30 honor points. Even this young man managed to receive a silver treasure chest as a reward. The large tiger monster that had been lurking around Qin Feng had been killed with just one blow without him even looking back. With ease, this young man thanked the monster for offering itself as an experience booster and giving him the final push to reach level 5. With this, Qin Feng immediately utilized the monster and extracted it. Suddenly, someone sent a private message to Qin Feng, saying they had just found a resource betting token. The young man wanted to exchange this token for a very beautiful level 1 iron sword. Getting such exchange, Qin Feng would not pass it up. After the exchange, the young man realized that from now on, the initiative would be in his hands, and he would not need to rush to high-level beast areas to hunt like this again. The system appeared and explained that the resource betting token would only appear once in each rookie village. And only the strongest person in the village had the right to use it. After the token was used, if won, the prize would be doubled, and if lost, the punishment would be doubled. After receiving the token, Qin Feng realized the previous owner wanted to sell it because not only were the usage requirements heavy but the risk of punishment would also be doubled. After that, people in the chat room started busy asking Qin Feng to challenge other rookie villages. Qin Feng thought this over and realized he had gained a lot of honor points after leading everyone to victory. The young man did a live broadcast and said that when morning came, when everyone had recovered, he would immediately start his bet. Hearing Qin Feng's words, everyone cheered happily and thought Qin Feng was a smart leader. They would support whatever decision this new boss made and prepare for tomorrow's match. Qin Feng himself thought he wasn't a smart person. He postponed the bet because he was already very tired and wanted to rest first. With his current energy, even if he didn't sleep for 3 days and 3 nights, he wouldn't be tired. But the real goal was to delve into the most dangerous place, the level 10 beast area, and then start his resource bet the next day. While attacking the monsters flying in the sky, this young man thought level 10 monsters were the most dangerous, but they also provided a lot of energy points. So this was the fastest way to level up, making his chances of winning even greater. In the night when this young man was already tired, he even managed to hunt down a level 6 night owl, gaining 220 energy points. Qin Feng realized that the energy points generated from low-level beasts were likely insufficient to obtain a treasure chest. So, after clearing this area, he would soon move to the level 10 beast area. Upon reaching the vast desert area, the youth felt something strange because the level 10 beast area marked on the map was now where he stood. But even if he used his scent talent, Qin Feng still couldn't track any monsters around him. The youth even opened the hologram screen, wondering what was happening in this area. He wondered if his system was malfunctioning or if there were repairs or malfunctions. While he was seriously pondering, a large hole suddenly appeared right under Qin Feng's feet. The youth fell, feeling increasingly peculiar as if he were disappearing from the air. He became increasingly frustrated because there were no walls at all, so he couldn't utilize friction to withstand this dreadful falling sensation. Qin Feng needed to think quickly to stop this falling force. Otherwise, his body would be shattered into pieces. Even if he didn't become numb when landing, his body would surely feel like it was in hell. Thus, the youth promptly used his fire skills to levitate in the air. At this moment, Qin Feng saw the forest area around him and began to sense the presence of a powerful monster he had never felt before. Qin Feng looked around, wondering if this was the level 10 beast area. Apart from the presence of beasts, the youth also smelled a very strong stench of carcasses, making him nauseous. The stench was so intense that he couldn't even determine the location of the level 10 beast. Qin Feng tried to touch the statue nearby to check if this area was an illusion or something similar. From the outside, this place looked similar to beginner village number 911. If Qin Feng were to guess randomly, he suspected this place might be an overlooked beginner village. If his guess was correct, suppose the remaining beginners from number 911 failed to fulfill their tasks, would they end up like this village? Qin Feng commented that heaven was truly fair but cruel. Everyone had the opportunity to level up and gain strength, but once they fell, they would disappear to the lowest point. Suddenly, a pack of dog-headed monster troops appeared, shouting at Qin Feng, saying that this was not an area to enter. They introduced themselves as the guardians of that place. Whether beast or human, once they entered this place, the only thing left for them would be death. The human dog-headed troops asked Qin Feng to prepare himself for death. The system appeared and informed Qin Feng that they were mutant-class soldier warriors. These creatures were higher than level 15, to the extent that the system couldn't even identify their strength level. Qin Feng was stunned reading the information about the strength of those dog-headed creatures. Qin Feng concluded that he didn't know how to get out of that place, so he could only try. And the chance of a treasure chest appearing reached 10% if he managed to defeat one of these dog-headed monsters. It was clear that this reward was very tempting for Qin Feng. Immediately, Qin Feng drew his sword, nicknamed the Wind Scar, his trusted sword with 100% speed, 30% armor penetration, and 100% wound recovery. Qin Feng hoped that the sword he obtained from the silver treasure chest could give him the strength to help him get rid of these monsters. And so, the fierce battle began. Qin Feng advanced against the monster. He leaped from one rock to another, trying to evade the attacks from the spear-wielding, dog-headed monster. Qin Feng realized they had underestimated him, sending individuals one by one to fight him. He appeared overwhelmed facing this single monster, having to utilize multiple skills at once. Nonetheless, Qin Feng aimed to show them the consequences of underestimating him. Some observing dog monsters at the edge began to wonder if their sibling needed assistance because the human opponent seemed formidable. Someone beside them reassured them not to worry as their fellow brother had defeated over 10 stronger humans than Qin Feng. One of the dog monster packs even assessed that their sibling seemed to be toying with the human. As their sibling visibly lowered their combat sharpness, revealing vulnerabilities, Qin Feng saw an opportunity. Then Qin Feng would be obliterated. At that critical moment, Qin Feng was in dire straits. He was brought down by the claws of the dog monster directly above his fallen head. The dog monster acknowledged Qin Feng's talent but stated they no longer had time to play with him. Thus, this was the end for Qin Feng. The dog monster raised its spear high for a final strike, but suddenly a sword flew from its back, piercing through its back and into its chest. The system emerged, announcing that Qin Feng had successfully killed a mutant-class Hellhound warrior. With this, Qin Feng earned 15 judgment points. After the dog monster fell, Qin Feng attempted to rise, telling the remaining dog monsters that he wouldn't waste a second in combat. Especially now that he had acquired the talent of manipulating willpower and controlling the undead. Qin Feng immediately extracted the dog monster's corpse, obtaining a rank D talent, Darkness Manipulation, triggering the emergence of a new talent called Hellfire. Since Qin Feng had successfully killed a Hellhound warrior, he was entitled to a fragment of the Darkness Seal. Thus, the young man received the half-circle sector while contemplating how he had trained like a madman to learn weapon usage. Now, after rigorous training and agile movements, he could nearly kill without touching. Seeing this, the other dog monsters became restless, itching to kill Qin Feng. However, they had to restrain themselves as it wasn't the right time. Qin Feng sensed something peculiar about the dog monsters. They were too relaxed watching their comrade being killed. Qin Feng began to wonder if he hadn't truly killed the dog monster. But the system had already appeared, notifying him that he had successfully killed it. As Qin Feng turned around, the dog monster was already standing, opening its mouth to release a powerful fireball. Fortunately, Qin Feng managed to leap aside just in time, otherwise, he would have been roasted alive. The other dog monsters approached their called sibling and remarked that his vigilance had worsened compared to before. The called sibling casually stated that he hadn't encountered humans for a long time, so he was slightly careless earlier. Qin Feng muttered in his heart, realizing he had underestimated the revolting dog-headed monster's abilities. The system emerged, reminding us that the lost beginner village had connected with hundreds of thousands of other beginner villages. These beginner villages often appeared at midnight and disappeared before noon. From this, Qin Feng realized that as long as he possessed the darkness illumination, everyone had a chance to enter. Qin Feng resolved to meet the dog-headed monster again when he became strong enough. Just as he thought that a large centipede monster appeared behind him. Qin Feng sang a silly tune as the situation repeated itself. The monster appearing this time was a level 12 sand centipede with a combat level of 15 stars. Its skills were extremely venomous, and its hearing was extraordinary. Qin Feng advanced again to start cutting down several centipede monsters that appeared before him. At this moment, the system announced that Beginner Village 911 now had 2 people at level 5 or above. Qin Feng knew that with his doubled resources, Lu Xian's progress would be faster than expected. The system reappeared, reminding that every 1,000 residents in the beginner village were classified as one district. Now, the channel has been successfully connected between Collection Village 911 and Beginner Village 47. What kind of bet would happen between these two villages? The chat room began to get lively as the two villages became connected. Some sarcastic individuals emerged, mocking the Novice Village number 911. They began to wonder who would teach the Novice Village 911 a lesson this time. Someone mentioned the esteemed figure named Amir Khan. They said that maybe number 446 would destroy Village 911. They boasted about the esteemed Amir Khan because he was only 2,000 EXP away from reaching level 8. They were confident that Amir Khan would successfully defeat Village Pamulang 911. Now the system appeared and announced that Novice Village number 446 had been forcibly connected with Novice Village number 911 to engage in resource betting. Whoever first reached level 8 in the village would win this bet. Meanwhile, Qin Feng casually gained 800 EXP every time he defeated monsters. Even as the bet just started, this young man managed to reach level 8 first, thus winning the resource bet immediately. Casually cleaning his ears, this young man commented that those people were just a bunch of ignorant humans. Because he only needed to kill one more monster to reach level 8, but they dared to challenge him like this. The residents of the Novice Village still hadn't realized what was happening when suddenly their attribute points increased. Some of them realized that Qin Feng had once again won the resource bet as soon as it started. Instantly, these residents shouted that Qin Feng was very strong and cool. They became even more excited to level up because they had Qin Feng on their side. One of them was even moved as if seeing a new hope. In contrast to the members of Novice Village 911, in Novice Village number 446, they were all desperate because they immediately lost when the bet started. They all sat weakly because they had lost half of their resources, so most of them wouldn't be able to complete their tests. The old figure named Amir Khan blamed the members of Novice Village 911. Amir Khan was very eager for revenge against them, so he would contact other area channels and ask for help from their alliance. He would contact those who hated the Dragon Nation village and surely they would be willing to help Village 446. Amir Khan immediately sent a message to alliance members that Novice Village number 911 had cheated using a cheat when facing them and winning this bet. With this, the resources of Village 911 would double and their attributes would increase. Village number 911's design would become stronger and more threatening. If they let this village continue, sooner or later they would prey on other villages. So Amir Khan asked for help from other villages to defeat Novice Village number 911. Someone sitting on the cliffside said to the holy person floating before them that the people of the Dragon Nation had managed to level up very quickly. They asked if that person had an S-rank talent. An S-rank talent was a gift from the gods to them, so how could a small nation like the Dragon Nation be favored by the gods? The figure bowed and asked the holy person before them to provide an answer. Meanwhile, some people in other villages mocked Amir Khan because he had become too arrogant to be easily defeated by the Dragon Nation. Some of them were curious about the people of the Dragon Nation and wanted to see them soon. Meanwhile, some large-bodied people hunting in the forest area said that Miyamoto was an extraordinarily talented ninja and the first to reach level 8 in their area. Miyamoto was afraid that people from the Dragon Nation would surpass him, so they would immediately find out about this person's fighting abilities. The chat room in Village 911 became lively after hearing people ridicule their village. They were determined to destroy other challengers and wait for Qin Feng to slaughter them. Meanwhile, Qin Feng himself almost burned to death in the desert. He used the services of desert lizards to cover the heat from his body. This young man truly hoped they would acquire a water or ice skill talent, otherwise, it would be difficult for them to survive in this desert. Qin Feng was asked to activate a rank C token. By activating this token, he would be given a rank C mission with no time limit. When the mission was completed, an incredible reward would be given along with a box of gold treasure. Qin Feng tried to understand that the first ranking in this novice test would receive a box of black gold treasure. If Qin Feng completed this mission, he would receive a black gold treasure box, meaning this would likely be a difficult mission. Qin Feng argued that as long as this mission had no time limit, he could start and proceed slowly. The system appeared and announced that novice Qin Feng had activated the token mission for the first time, so he was entitled to receive 1 honor point. Now Novice Village number 911 had met the requirements to activate the mission channel. For this rank C mission, someone had to be able to complete 5 elemental seals, namely a collection of gold, earth, water, fire, and sand. These 5 king cores headed to the True Dragon Slope. Someone had to find the altar of these 5 elements and break the seal of Novice Village number 911. The reminder of this mission after breaking the seal of the generous village number 911 could enter a wider world. All novice villages in Area 1 could enter a bigger world after completing a mission. Qin Feng, whichever village entered the big world would gain tremendous benefits and acquire more resources. Qin Feng pressed the hologram panel screen to see more information. This mission suggested that someone should immediately head to the center called Leave the Grassland and then kill all the fierce mammoths there. This notification also showed the coordinates of the location called Grassland. The second suggestion of this mission was the weakest King Mahmud and the easiest to kill. So it was suggested to form a team with 20 people at level 10, then the chance of winning would reach 70%. Qin Feng thought hard after reading the notification. He realized that the speed of 20 novice village people at level 10 gathering would require at least 5 days, which was too much wasted time. Qin Feng knew the desert burial ground, which was where he was currently wise. The location was quite close to the abandoned grassland. So Qin Feng thought about visiting that location and understanding the situation there first. Meanwhile, the figure of a girl named Lui Yen was cowering behind a rock, trying to remain calm and hold her breath so as not to be caught by the mammoth monster that was searching for her. The mammoth monster continued to walk, dragging its axe and murmuring about where the weak human was. The monster continued to mutter that it would soon get its tasty meat. Just then, the mammoth monster realized the presence of the girl and immediately raised its axe high to crush the rock hiding Lui Yen. Fortunately, Qin Feng arrived just in time to rescue the girl. Lui Yen was startled to see Qin Feng saving her. Calmly, Qin Feng asked why this girl was alone in a level 10 beast area? Instead of answering, Lui Yan countered by asking why Qin Feng was in this place. Qin Feng inquired about Lui Yan's friends. Qin Feng had already defeated the mammoth monster by plunging his sword right into its back. Feeling that the situation was calm, the blonde-haired girl tried to explain that her friends had been captured, killed, and even eaten terrifyingly by the mammoth monsters. Hearing this explanation, Qin Feng realized that indeed, this was the law of this world, where the strong would prey on the weak. It had been several days, but this girl still couldn't adapt. Lui Yan still trembled in fear, recalling the terrible events that befell her friends. Lui Yan held Qin Feng's hand and asked if the young man could save her other friends. Her friends had been captured by the mammoths because the monsters said they would only feast on the humans tonight. Qin Feng answered that he would decide when he saw the situation later. So, for now, Qin Feng had to ask Lui Yan to leave this place because it was not suitable or safe for her. Lui Yan refused to leave because she wanted to help. Qin Feng said he didn't need her help because her level was too low to be of any assistance. She still insisted she wanted to go, reasoning that she could show where her friends were taken. Qin Feng firmly replied that he didn't need much help because he could find them himself. Finally, Lui Yan said that the mammoth monsters liked human flesh, so she was willing to be bait. Qin Feng was surprised to hear this statement and immediately turned to ask if she wasn't afraid. Nervously, Lui Yan said they were her friends, so she felt responsible for saving them. She felt she couldn't just rely on Qin Feng just because he was strong. Lui Yan pleaded once again for Qin Feng to take her and allow her to provide whatever help she could. Qin Feng smiled, realizing that the girl wasn't as weak as he thought. Meanwhile, in the mammoth village, they were feasting, drumming, and watching a snake demon girl dance. Meanwhile, some of Lui Yan's fellow humans were tied to poles in the middle of the mammoth crowd. Some of the guarding monsters complained because there were only 6 humans, which wouldn't be enough when divided among many monsters. When it was their turn, the 2 of them might not even have bones left. One mammoth monster said if these humans didn't enter their area, they wouldn't even have anything to eat. Finally, one of them realized their member assigned to catch the escaping humans hadn't returned yet. They suspected the kid had eaten the human girl's flesh alone. Until finally, the 2 mammoth monsters on guard noticed a brief movement from the human body. Their eyes immediately became alert, saying that the king said if they managed to deliver the captured humans, they would get an extra thigh during the food distribution. So, with enthusiasm, they thought this was their lucky day and immediately hunted the human. But in the end, these 2 mammoth monsters fell into a trap and died quickly. From above the trap made by Qin Feng, Lui Yan said she only needed to be bait but ended up gaining 60 EXP. Qin Feng knew in his head that after extracting earthworms or desert centipedes, it would be enough to cut the mammoth skin. But to cause more damage, this young man needed to use mind skills to control it. Qin Feng then instructed Lui Yan to turn around and close her eyes. Qin Feng would extract the mammoth monster while thinking with the power of his mind. He could use a lot of mental power, but the effect was no better than using a weapon. So, he would change his hunting method another time. Quickly, this young man successfully extracted an E-rank talent, which strengthened physicality of the mammoth monster.